Hi, MB. Welcome. Hi, Famtech. I am a bit tired, to be honest. Last night I slept only 3-4 hours. I hate beat. But I need to fix those consoles before August. And I need to charge this IRAC. I need to charge my screwdriver. It's almost empty. Okay. So I need to go quick also, because I have another job that I need to do. This console has already been diagnosed, and the Blu-ray drive is completely dead. I already said that. Rassi. Haha. on a previous live stream, and somebody who was there? It was Babs. Yes, it was Babs. Babs clipped that and put it on my server, my Discord server. So if you want to hear that, you can enter there and grab the clip. BBT repairs. No, 8-bit is better. Nice. So, as I already said, the customer tried to open and do stuff. He ruined the Blu-ray drive. The drive is dead anyway, because the pair chip is dead. It's completely dead. So we need to convert it to digital. This console has to be converted to digital in order to work. I need to get some dust out. So wait there 2 minutes. I will come back with the console clean from the dust. I need to go outside with the air compressor. Be right back, guys. 2 minutes. I am back. I'm here again to bother you with my boring repairs. Oh, you guys behave in chat, huh? Good boys. Very good boys. And now, better remove this. Can I? No, I can't. Let me use the hot air. Here we go. Now removing the 300 screws. Nice. Those screws are out. Oh, I need to repeat this. Here we go. Fantastic. Couple more screws and we can access the BIOS chip. How is the liquid metal in this console, and how is the heatsink in this console? Because even that is a nightmare. You don't want to come out? Okay, liquid metal is good, and even the heatsink is good. It's not has no losing contact, because on those models, unfortunately, the heatsink will desolder itself from the plate, and this is a bad thing. But this console is good. This console is still good. Nice. So, taking this away. Liquid metal is also fine. There is no dry spot. Maybe a tiny little bit in the middle, but it was fine. So, very good. Better like this. USB port are fine. HDMI port is a bit worn out, but it's still fine probably. BIOS chip. Let's remove the BIOS chip. Low melt solder. We need to mix it with low melt solder. Flux soldering iron. Low melt solder. Even on this side, it should be fine, the quantity I have on the iron. Nice. Now hot air with a nozzle, so it will stay focused. 450 degrees. And will be removed in no time. Here we go. So BIOS is done. No one. Oh, hey Mark. I was about to ask if the live was still live, because I was not seeing any message on chat. Anyway, so cleaning the pads now. Cleaning the pads now from the low melt solder, because we need to replace it with normal leaded solder now. Not now, but after we've done the conversion. Live is still alive. Nice, thank you. Okay, we don't need the board, but we need the programmer. Let me grab the programmer. Where is it? Here we go. CH341A programmer, modified with 3.3 volt. Now we need to solder this chip in position. Pin 1 is bottom left, so it has to go there. On the programmer itself, there is also low melt. Hi Zach. Good evening. How are you? And now it's time for programming. It's time for programming. I was supposed to charge my screwdriver. Let me put it in charge for the time being. So I can enjoy having a screwdriver, an electric screwdriver working. Nice. Connecting the programmer to PC. Let's go to the screen. I need to go to Neo Programmer, detecting the chip. This is the chip. Read the IC. Nice. Now write the IC. No, I don't need to write. I need to save this to the desktop. And I need, what is the model of the board? Because I need to write down the model of the board. The serial number of the board, better saying. So BC112G 05137 67480. BIOS 1. Save. Should pop up. Here we go. So this is the BIOS. Let's read it again. So we can save another dump. And be sure everything is fine and not corrupted. Okay, so save as BIOS 2 on the desktop. Save. Should pop up. Here we go, BIOS 2. Okay. So now we go on ps4 tool. And okay, we can close this one. Let me open the root dumps. I don't know this one. It's supposed to be done. Okay. We can copy there. And now we can launch ps4 tool. Oh, isn't okay. No, I cannot compare with ps4 tool. Supposed to, yeah, no module name serial. So something has gone corrupted with Python. Okay, we can compare in another way. So no need down there. Let's go online. But for the time being, I will show you my desk, just in case there are some important data on my screen that I don't want to show. What is called MD5 checker. MD5 checker. Okay, so I will drop the two files there. Wait a second. BIOS 1, drag, okay, Control C. This one is another document, Control V. Okay, and now selecting this one, Control C and Control V. Okay, I can go back to the screen now so you can see. So I compare the two hash files, the two hash in the files. They appear to be the same, as you can see. So those two files are correct. Don't save, I don't need. So I can keep one BIOS right there, for example. This one, I need to convert this one. So I need to go with the ps5 norm modifier and drop this. No, I cannot drop BC. Okay, desktop, and I need to go to BC BIOS 1. Okay, open. So this is the serial number, this is the board, this is disk edition. So we need 1216A ps5 model digital edition, and then save everything to digital BIOS in the desktop. Save. New BIOS has been successfully created. Nice, but we need to be sure everything got fine, because this programmer sometimes digital edition now is saying digital edition. This modifier sometimes is going crazy, so it's not converting properly. Okay, now we need, so this is the original copies. I will save them, cut and copy on PlayStation 5, BIOS dumps, working BIOS, save. But I need only BIOS 1, and I will also rename as this is EDM033 EDM033 with a 61 or 69, with a 69 GG BIOS, 69 GG. With a late BIOS at the end. BIOS 1216A EDM033 69GG. Here we go. And there is the serial of the board. Perfect. Just in case. So now we can go back to the Neo programmer. We can drop, and we write to the IC. Erased, continue, yes. It's programming, and it will verify also at the end. Now it's verifying. Here we go. Success. It's cut it off, but it's success. Nice. Now we can go back. Hi, JFix. Hi, JFix. We can go back. No, I don't have the PS2 Pro yet. No. What? Oh, fly. Get away. I wish. I really wish. But Infure is no, Thermal Master is not sponsoring me. I'm waiting for a sponsorship. No, I will never do a sponsorship, to be honest. It's too much hassle for me. Did you saw that someone happened to have a way to get into userland with a glitch in the Switch 2? No. I didn't see anything about that. I am not into modding world, so I don't know what is happening, and I'm not really interested for now, as Switch 2 I don't have any for repairs so far, so it's useless for me to search and spend time now in getting information. When I will get a device, I will probably look into it. But for now, no. Can you please? Thank you. Again, removing low melt. Because I don't show my face. Ah, I see. I see. But I the problem is, if I show my face, YouTube will shut down my channel. I'm too ugly to be shown. I will be classified as a horror channel at that point. Nice. Putting back the chip, soldering back the chip. Solder, where is my solder? Solder. Where is you? Oh. What laptop do I have to repair? I have a Microsoft Surface 10, I believe, with a dead SSD that I need to replace, because the laptop is turning on but it's not detecting any operating system or the SSD, apparently. So I saw videos online that are talking about is a common issue, and the SSD basically need to be replaced. So I told the customer, which is a repair shop, obviously, and I say, yeah, we need to change the SSD. So I grab one SSD, 256 gigabyte. I paid €100 for that single chip. For one single chip, 256 gigabyte of SSD, I paid €100. So freaking expensive. Plus, obviously, the work. On top of this, they have to pay, obviously. Okay, this is done. So, luckily enough, it's not a chip with underfill. So it's a pretty simple repair for me. And, of course, there is no RVN repair if I don't show my balls, like usual, no? So, you will see my balls even today. Are you happy about that? Probably not. So the BIOS chip is placed in position. Now let's clean that. Yeah, it's more like a tablet. No, I don't have to open the screen. I don't have to open the screen, luckily. is the one with the keyboard. So you open the keyboard. So the keyboard is glued down. So you open the keyboard to access the board. Let me grab microfiber towel so I can clean the rest of the flux. Here we go. No flux residue. I'm assuming I can do something about this liquid metal without ruining it, because there is no dry spot. Yeah, only need to be respread. But apparently it used to show the oxidation like you saw. So yeah, okay. Clean everything like usual. It's never going that way. Cleaning everything, cleaning the oxidation that has built up over this period. And we have company this night. A fly want to bother me. Liquid metal syringe. Sucking the liquid metal. Ah, look at this. There is some sign of oxidation in the middle. I need to use my fiberglass pen to remove that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a pain. It's a pain because it is a Surface 8 or 7, 9 or whatever. You have to open from the screen. There's no other way. It's like Apple. It's like any other Apple product that you go inside through the screen. And I opened already one. It was a Surface 8 Pro, and I cracked the screen. And Surface Pro 8, a screen is going for 600 euros. So about 550 pounds or so. And I had to replace it from my own pocket. So it's crazy, crazily expensive. If it was a Surface 7, Surface 9, or whatever other Surface, it would have cost less. Surface 8, for some reason, they are crazily expensive, the screens. I don't know why. Only because the internal fan failed, basically. It was loud as hell, and sometimes it was getting stuck. No, it's not worth. It's not worth. I said it was the repair shop, and I said I can do this for now because, you know, obviously I tried and I failed. So I will take my responsibility for that. But of course, for the next job that requests a screen, it's fine because the screen is already, you know, is already broken. I can but you know the price, and it's not worth. And if you need a board repair for those models, I will not take the job if the customer don't agree that the screen can be cracked in the process, and they have to pay for that, because it can happen. I can be experienced all I want, but even with the right tools and stuff, I crack the screen because it's a super thin glass. No, it's not OLED. That is the point. I don't think it's OLED. It would have made sense if it was a OLED, but I don't think so. But I didn't check. Obviously, I didn't check for that. Nice. So this is clean now. We can drop back the liquid metal and spread in the liquid metal. Nice. Shiny, shiny mirror. And you want to retract. Again, I hate when liquid metal retracts itself. It has no purpose on doing that, apart from bothering me. Nice. Now grabbing the heatsink. So moving the board away. Grabbing the heatsink, cleaning the heatsink from the liquid metal. You will surely have signs of that dry spot that was on the heatsink, on the APU as well. Liquid metal syringe. Getting inside, sucking all that liquid metal so the oxidation stay outside, and we can grab that and trash it. Perfect. Grabbing another Q-tip. Now cleaning that mess. Getting the the fiberglass pan. Cleaning the heatsink. So this will get rid of the oxidation properly without ruining the surface. Nice. We can put away the fiber pen. And we can grab another Q-tip and clean everything now. Nice, shiny and smooth. Now some IPA to clean the the black plastic thingy protection around. Good. And now another Q-tip. And now is the time for the liquid metal. One blob of liquid metal. And just spread it around. Nice. Mirror finish. Fantastic. So we can close the console. Fantastic. Now the screws. One screw there. Supposed to go inside easily. Not so hard. Perfect. Now ribbon cable for the LEDs, the antennas. White on the white, black on the black. Nice. This ribbon, front ribbon, power button ribbon. Now those two screws. Sorry, screwdriver, I need you once more to close this console. So one screw there. Need to lower in the torque setting. One screw. Two screw. Fantastic. Now the APU clamp. And the two screws. Almost 1 hour to convert to digital, clean and close. It's not a bad time. Now the top shield. This little shield, and then the screws. The 50,000 screws. Very faster with the electrical screwdriver. At least for ps5. I use this. Thank you, JFix, for coming by. Sleep well. You're going to sleep earlier today, huh? I'm missing a screw. Where is that screw? Oh, here we go. Found it. Perfect. Now the two antennas. White on white, blue on blue. The stickers. One sticker there. Second sticker there. Fantastic. Now the drive, obviously it will be disconnected totally from the board. Even this power will not be needed. I will connect it there just in case, and I will connect this part of the cable in there, not the other. But the problem is this one is completely gone. Huh. The latch completely broken from the drive itself. There is no more latch because the customer destroyed it. Decided to destroy it. Okay, try this way. Okay, this way will fit. Nice, it will stay like that. No contact, no issues. And it will stay like this. So no flapping cables. Let me put it like this. Nice. Now the top cover. And the screws. Obviously the fan, the SSD cover and stuff. So this, like this, like this. On PS5 and even on PS4, when the drive, okay, it doesn't take disk inside, this is a bad sign. When the console has not been opened, obviously, because there is the microcontroller chip that is paired to the console, that is obviously managing also the motors inside for taking the disk out and other stuff, you know, the laser and stuff. So if there is an issue with that chip being dead, the drive, it will be completely dead. So it will not take disk in or out, or obviously. So this is how you determine that is faulty. Obviously, there can be something in the board shorted, causing that issue. But the customer didn't agree for the repair, because obviously is a risk, you know. Maybe I can do the job and the chip is dead, so I will try to swap the board, try another board with the same chip, with the paired chip, you know, and maybe it's still not working. Obviously, I tend to do this kind of confirmation. So I will grab a donor drive board, and I will swap the chip over to that donor board. What am I talking about? And if the drive is still not working, obviously is 100% confirmed that the chip is dead. But it can also be other issues. Maybe one fuse for the power is burned on the board. But again, I diagnosed it, and customers say nope, pass it to digital, and don't bother to fix the other stuff, because since he broke the connectors, he broke inside the stuff inside the drive. You can see the screws are already being messed up. Those are not how they're supposed to look. The drive is moving inside, you can see, so it's loose inside, because obviously it taken apart the console by itself, damaging a lot of stuff. So it was a cheaper option. To change it to digital, instead of fixing the drive and discover that the console still, it will not be fixed. And then paid also for the digital transformation. Nice. Now let's test this console, see if it is turning on again, and if the update is going through or not, because this is important. Obviously now the disk button will not work because it's thinking there is no drive. And also it's disconnected, so it will surely not be able to see any drive. Okay, let's switch the capture card. Let's see if we get an image. We should. Now it's just white light. Will my capture card behave this night or not? Probably not, as you can see, because I have a white light and the console is not outputting any signal. And yeah, the capture, yeah, you saw one thing. You saw one thing. So the console was displaying, but obviously it's crashing because, of course, why not? Right? Why would my HDCP thingy work? Huh? I need to get another one. Really need to get another one. So connecting the controller. I'm assuming it's connected now. Let me try and please, can I have a signal out? No, you don't want to? Nah, it really doesn't want. It really doesn't want. So and I cannot see anything. Okay, let's change. Okay, now he's staying. Perfect, and he's gone again. Okay, please stay for a little bit. Okay. No, it don't want to cooperate. I need to set up also a lamp connection. Can you please behave? You stupid thingy. Okay. And again, obviously. Can you please, what is the HDCP settings? Damn you. Please. Stupid ports. Really stupid ports. So, see, it should be system. Nah, it doesn't want to cooperate at all. Please, I'm wasting time for this stupid shit. Okay. Okay. I will, sorry if you don't see, I will go directly to the capture card and I will disable HDCP. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to switch my monitor. To the correct HDMI though. Where is the other? Where is the other HDMI cable? Here we go. Here we go. HDMI cable is plugged in. Now let's flip the monitor. You probably now can see can hear the volume. So system, HDMI, disable HDMI, HDCP, not HDMI. Okay, so we can have a look. Now, going back to the capture card, so now we can see. Capture card, please. Yeah, obviously. Capture card is working as it should, so there's no an issue with the capture card. So, I need to configure a LAN. Configure. Yeah, working fine. Now I should be able to see the download of. Yeah, it is downloading, but I want also the system software. So I will go for. No, this is locked. There is a game which is allowing me to. Oh, maybe PlayStation Store? No, it doesn't. A digital game? There is a digital game in there? No. There is not a single game in it. Let's maybe change profile. There is another. Yeah. This is lock. Okay, changing profile again. No. Changing profile. This one. Lock. But why they are all locked up? Okay, I cannot see anything like that. I don't have any. Okay, let's see from there, maybe system update through there to the settings. I'm waiting. Take your time. Okay, no, it's not this one. Oh, yeah, here we go. Update through internet. Update. Yeah. So it is downloading. Require 10 minutes, and then the update will go through. So for now, in those 10 minutes, I will go grab the laptop and start working on that SSD chip. So we don't waste so much time. Okay, getting the console up there so we can have the bench free. Be right back. Okay, we'll turn on the fan. So we get some air into the room, some fresh air. And then we need to reball this SSD because it's coming, obviously is a used SSD. As I see flux residues and stuff. And obviously, even though they claiming it's new, it's not, obviously. It's not, obviously. It takes 2 weeks to be sent here. So before they send it, pass 2 weeks. Now, microscope. As you can see, there are some flux residues that are reflecting in a different way. I hope this chip is not popcorn or something bad. Maybe it's well cooked, you know. Can be, but you can see the reflection, the blue reflections right there. This is you can see this is flux. This is flux residue or whatever stuff they use to clean, you know, with the ultrasonic. So this has been clearly a used drive, obviously. For the color of the drive itself, it doesn't seems to be cooked. It's well green. Is a greeny color. It's not brown like the RAM the other day you saw. And okay, so I will wipe this stuff away because I don't like it. Look, I think I think they use paste in this. I think they use paste because the balls are not. Seems like they are not even. For example, this one is looking bigger than this one. There is another one. This one is looking bigger than this one. This one is smaller. Yeah, I don't trust this job, and is unleaded solder, lead-free solder, so it will cause me issues if I continue to use that one. Okay, let's go back to the capture card. It's still half gig. Okay, checking sometimes, you know. Now grabbing the chip holder because we need to clean the chip. We need to clean the chip. Moving out. And yes, I still have balls in this holder because I'm lazy to clean it. And it will work just fine, even if I don't clean it. How can I tell? Because AliExpress sellers don't use unleaded solder, don't use leaded solder. They only use lead-free. So when you receive a chip, is always lead-free solder. Now, I'm assuming this is about 0.4 volts. Let me check. Before I have 0.45. Let me see if I have 0.4. 0.6, 0.55, 0.50. Do I have other? Do I have the 0.4? I have the 0.4. Okay. So I will check 0.4 and 0.45 balls. Let's see if they are similar in so this is 0.45. Yeah, so it is 0.45. Maybe 0.50 also we can use. But it will be maybe a tiny bit too much. Okay, we can use 0.45. It's a pretty common size. So putting away the 0.4 balls. Nice. So I need flux now. Where is my flux? It's under the console. Flux. How is the download going? It's going slowly, but it's going. No overhead. Okay, so flux. Cleaning this, replacing with bowls manually, unfortunately, because I don't have a stencil. Unfortunately, I don't have any stencil for this chip. But it will not take me a long time. It will not take me a long time at all, because there are not so much balls anyway. Wow, the nastiness. Oh my god. Whatever liquid they use to clean or flux they use to solder, it came up my nose instantly. Wick. Give it another pass. Nice. So the chip is clean now. No solder on it. We can clean it with IPA. Nice. A little bit of microfiber cloth. So we can get rid of the stubborn Okay. Now we can begin the process. So let me have a look just in case, because I'm still concerned it is popcorn or something. It doesn't look like. I'm very concerned about this point. It's looking like it's raised up in this area. But maybe I'm being too picky right now. So seems like it's looking good. Right, unfortunately I have only one attempt. Okay, let's begin. So the entire chip is in frame now, everything is perfect. Putting flux, spreading the flux. Nice. The magic finger. And now balls. So I have some in the protective cork that I can use. Those were already balls picked up from the previous job that I done. So they might be a little bit dirty in flux, but they will do. And they have to be soldered anyway, so it doesn't matter if they have flux or not. Can you please? Yeah, thank you. Here we go. So we can start use. Hi Garber. M Garber. Here we go. So let's begin. It will require some time, but has to be done. Has to be done. I will position the balls more or less in the right position. I will not complain too much for now. Having a stencil will be easier and faster. But as I said, for one single job that I require once in 10 years, I will not spend money on a stencil that I will never use again. Here we go. Extremely dirty, grimy and smelly. No bugs be found. Great. Very, very great. Now it's time for some new balls. And I need to be very careful because otherwise I will drop like a million. Should be fine like that. They should be plenty. I'm assuming I will left also. I will be left with some spare ones. Okay. I'm assuming this part must be boring, super boring to watch for you, guys. Am I right or am I wrong? Are you enjoying seeing me reballing or by hand? Obviously, when I do a video, I normally speed up this process, but this is real time. I cannot speed up anything. And maybe there are some people that enjoy that. I don't know. I surely enjoy doing reballing by hand. It is therapeutic for me. Taking my time to place every single ball. I will not, Giuseppe. You've seen worse content. Nah. The voice in the background, so you're not even I'm home now and out back checking on the farm, so I'm listening more than watching. It was pretty quiet for a while, yeah. Hey, Sotseg. Hello. Cooking dinner with this in the background. Nice. Nice. So you are using me. Some people are using my voice as a lullaby. Okay. Yeah, I don't speak too much because I'm focused anyway. So if you don't hear anything from me, probably I will also start speaking very slowly. As a result of the focusing. What is now really nice, getting hit with 220 volt while trying to repair my vacuum cleaner. Yeah. You probably are awake now. More than me. It's like having a shock of life. No? It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all. I know the sensation. I know the sensation. And I also know the sensation of 450 volt coming from capacitors of the power supplies. But at that point, you know, getting hit by some voltage, if you were half asleep, now you're totally awake. Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah, I had it pretty much every time I open a power supply. I'm trying to be careful, but it's hard, because many power supplies are packed up a lot, so they have a lot of plastic clips and stuff, and you're trying to open. You cannot get a screwdriver in there, to pry open. And metal prying tools are not working so much. So at that point, yeah, you have to use your bare hands, and with the potential to touching the capacitors, which if the power supply is faulty, they never get discharged. So they can hold the power even for weeks. And once you open them, you will find the surprise. So basically, they are only waiting for you. Try gloves? Nah, they will catch fire at that point. Yeah, that's scary. I agree. That is scary. Can I move up a bit so the balls don't? Yeah, the balls don't fall in the hole, even though there are already balls in there. Okay. Okay, let me finish placing the balls, and I will adjust with the microscope view because I am doing reballing with my bare eyes. I'm not watching on at my monitor, otherwise I will go slower, very slower. I can see the balls because they are 0.45, so they are pretty big. And I'm used to look at the balls directly instead of using the microscope. I started doing reballing by hand, so for me is completely natural to place every ball with my bare eyes. Okay, removing some balls because they are not needed. Told you they were already too much. Thank you for leaving my tweezers. Almost done. Like 1/4 of the chip left. And we are done. Oh, and the console, I need to check on the console also. Let me see the console real quick. Let me see the console real quick. Yeah, okay. Oh, whoa. Okay, so it is up to date? I don't know. System, software, information. So we are 13.42. Let me see if there is a software update. Is up to date. Yes. So the update went through. No issues in that. So fantastic. They can. What is that? Oh. Okay. Turn off the ps5. So the digital conversion went well. Now I can close this console and ship it back to the customer, or throwing the console in the face of the customer, so it will remember to don't mess with the console anymore. Now we can go back to the microscope, and I need to enable HDCP, but I will do that later. So internet work, Ethernet work, more than The HDMI is still fine. The update got through, so it's totally fine. Need to enable again HDCP and then put the warranty sticker. Okay, let's finish. What is that? What is that crap? I don't want crap on my chip. Hey, you too. Don't get too intimate. You're supposed to be separate. I will not let my balls mating. They have to behave. One last ball for the center of the chip. Yay! We finished one section. Now the remaining part of the chip. Please stay down. Okay, you want to stay there. Okay. You like that pad more than the others? Stay there. Almost there. Almost finished. Like 10-15 balls. And we are done. Then we can reboard this chip. We can reflow. We can solder the balls in place. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Finished. Yay. So all the balls are in position. Now we need to grab those balls and put them in the cork, so I will not lose them. I will clean them after. Because every ball matters. I paid for them, for every single them, and I want to use every single them. Every single one. What am I talking about? My English still very bad. And with Bodger as my teacher for English, you can imagine the result. I don't know if this fixed. At least it's having new balls, but fixed is a big word for now. Nope, that is another ball that I don't want. It was smaller. Those two ones and the one in there that has to come up. Few more. Last two balls. Last ball. Here we go. Fantastic. Perfect. So now there is no stray ball that can go over my chip. I need to fix some misaligned balls. Let me fix that. And this one maybe. They will go over the place. All over the place. Anyway, with the hot air. But I don't care for now. So, okay. I think it is time for the reflow. 450 degrees, 50% air, but for this I will lift the chip from this position, because if the chip stays stuck down, it will spread the heat away on the holder, and I don't want that. So I will put it on the holder, so it will have an air gap below it, like this. It will not fly away anyway. The chip is heavy enough, and my hot air will not give much air pressure anyway. So 450 degrees, 50% of air, and coming from top very far away, like 3 inches or 4 or 5 centimeters, and starting to hit the chip slowly, very slowly. So the chip will catch up some heat and it will melt the solder balls by itself. After it reaches the temperature, you can see top right, they're starting to melt. Bottom right, yeah. And I'm very far away. I'm still far away. Even though it doesn't look like under the microscope, but it is like that. Yes. So the heat is spreading evenly. Maybe there are some more that need some close attention. Coming down with the hot air, moving it so it will not explode my chip. Okay, I think basically all the balls are melted in position. They only need a bit of flux to help jump into the right position. So I will use flux. I will float the chip in flux. Here we go. So every ball is swimming in flux. There we go. And even the last balls are getting in position. They will get centered properly. Now, tell me this is not a perfect ribbon, huh? Shiny balls, perfectly centered, everything is in perfect position. No, always 450 degrees with 50% of air with no nozzle. Because that it will, if you add a nozzle, it will increase the air pressure. With no nozzle, from start to finish, the air pressure will stay constant. So you know how to ball tastic. Wow, Russ. What a word. Nice. Okay, now it's time to take out the chip from the other board and install this new one. So let me grab the motherboard of the laptop. Here we go. This is the laptop. And I need to change this one. So let me do one thing, because there is the battery connected now, and I can show you, because I tried already to do one thing, but I want to confirm also this theory, no? Okay, let me plug the keyboard back, so I will show you. Where is the keyboard connector? Here, down there. Down there, here we go. So powering the PC, you can see there is a lock, a red lock up there. I don't know what is that. He's trying to boot, and at some point, obviously, it will fail and it will go straight to the BIOS. Yeah, couldn't find a bootable device, bootable operating system, and this is the stuff. And you can probably see on top there is the hard drive with an X on top. I want to see this one going away. Okay, it should not be there, I think, because if I go to devices or boot configuration, there is no, it's not showing the SSD. But since this is an integrated SSD, I don't know if it is showing there. Probably my only clue is this one, is this icon. Even devices, security doesn't matter. Secure boot is disabled. Here we go. This is why. Oh, they tried to. Okay. They tried to disable the security boot to see if that would bring up the operating system. So exit. Yeah, I will shut off. Pressing the power button until it's shut off. Nice. Okay, taking out the keyboard. And now it's time for taking out the motherboard, which, by the way, is a pain. It is a real pain. I think is T6 and T8. Let me see. T8. No, I don't think it's a T8. No, it's a T6. What is my T6 or T7? Nah, I don't think it's a T6. No, it's a T6. Yeah. What is my T6? Here we go. This is T6. Yeah. Okay, and the battery connector is down there, unfortunately. So we need to remove this one, and this is a T4. Okay, let me grab the kit, because I don't have a dedicated screwdriver with T4. So I need a T4 bit. And where is my screwdriver? Changing that. So removing this screw. And sticking down there my plastic spudger, so it will isolate the battery. Obviously is bending the board, so I need to be careful. But in order to take out the screen and other stuff, it's better to disconnect the battery, always. And unfortunately, this laptop is designed in such a way that you don't have access to the battery because the motherboard sits on top of the battery flex cable. So the heatsink coming away. Oh, let me get the fan out. Here we go. And I'm assuming this is PTM stuff, so I will not change it. Now need some adjustment. Okay, so I lift this up. I need to take this out and the screen out. So this, and obviously there are different screws for different places. And this is locked down there, so I need to remove the screen screws first. So screen, One last connector. Here we go. Now you can see the battery flex. There are the pins there, so it will sit on top. What a weird design. And this can cause a lot of issues. A lot of issues. Especially when people don't disconnect the battery. They want to disconnect the screen. The screen backlight, maybe circuit will blown up because it's always on. And stuff like that. Now I need some Kapton tape. I need some Kapton tape to mask every sensible area, like the CPU. And the connectors, speaker connector, fan connector, everything. And for this job, I also need to run. I also need the preheater. Like that. One more piece of tape in there, and now it should be fine. And I need to protect this connector because of the preheater, because it's made out of plastic. And there is also a BGA chip down there. So I don't want those things to get ruined. Put a second layer just for more protection. And that's it. Should be working fine now. It should do the job. So we can go grab the preheater and starting to remove this chip so we can clean and then install the new one and see what is happening. Preheater. Let me dust it out. Perfect. So bring in the board like this. Positioning the board like that. It's better to say. Giving power to the preheater. And now we need to wait for 260 degrees getting into the board. And by the way, I already tried to reflow this chip. Maybe it was, a cracked solder joint, a cracked solder board. It didn't do. It will not came back to life. So this is why I'm assuming is a dead chip. And I saw other videos mentioning about the Toshiba chips being bad, you know, they can go bad and they need to be replaced. So pin 1 is on top left. I will position my chip already in that orientation, so it will be perfect. 480 degrees is fine in this case because the chip is dead, and it will help us getting the chip out quicker without ruining the board too much, because this is a thin board, it's a small board, but I can tell you, reflowing that chip, it was a nightmare. It take like 5 minutes to reflow. So yeah, it did take some time. Again, coming with flux now, because the flux that it was used has been dried out already. It was like 1 month ago. So adding new flux, and now simply waiting. Yep, simply waiting. I can try and see if there is any component that need wait there. Let me move the preheater instead. Okay. So there is any components on the left? Yes, on top left, and top, obviously. So maybe I can come. I don't think there is there are components down there. Doesn't look like. And even down there, that doesn't look like. Let me have a peek with a different angle. There are components down there. Maybe 1 capacitor, 2 capacitor. Very tricky. Very tricky. What can I use? Okay, I could try one thing. I could try one thing. To lift this chip without having the need of grabbing with the tweezers. So I will do one thing, one trick. Watch me, because this is a good trick for BGA that are in a tricky position where you don't have enough space to grab them, and you don't have what is called a chip sucker. I will put some UV mask. Oh, sorry. I will put some UV mask on the center. I will take a random screw that I have, and I will place it on top. Okay, and I will cure it. I will cure the UV mask. This is the 3-second UV mask. So it doesn't require a lot. Here we go. So when the chip is ready to move, I can simply grab with my tweezer and lift the chip You can see now the screw is in perfect position, is solid. It is solid. Okay, we are now at 260 degrees. On the preheater, you can see the flux is bubbling under it. And I can come now with hot air, 480 degrees from top. I don't know how much time it will require, but we'll see. And we can use also the screw to touch the chip and see if it is moving, instead of touching the board and potentially touching components and moving components out of the place. In cases like this, you have to be smart. Yeah, chip is moving, you see, and you lift. Job done. See, easy. Now turning off the preheater and coming with the iron to clean the area from the solder. Now it's still hot, so we need to be cautious because we don't want any component being knocked off from the board or scratching the PCB too much, because a hot PCB can scratch easier than cold PCB. Solder mask, I mean. The solder mask can be scratched easier when it's hot. Okay, now let's grab a piece of wick. A tiny piece of wick. Right there. And now cleaning the pads while the board is still hot. It may be useful to grab the piece of wick with the tweezers, but I normally go this way with the wick loose, and I will move with my iron tip just to prevent, you know, if the wick is being stuck on a pad, the iron obviously will not tear the wick. Okay, because the wick is loose. If we come with the tweezer, we can pull the piece of wick, potentially tearing some pads, which is not nice. Now the solder has been cleaned, and we can go and clean the flux that is in there. The board is still hot. Obviously the solder is not melted anymore because it's unleaded solder. Cleaning the flux properly. Nice. And now we can put the chip, the other chip. What is the other chip? Other chip. Now the board is cooled down enough. We can position without worrying about the melting temperature of the solder. It was about there, right? Yeah, here we go. It locked it down. You see, it's locked down into its own position. I will. Yeah, here we go. So now is solid in position. We can turn back on the preheater. Now it's 200 degrees. So we need to wait a little bit. Not as much as before. Because this solder is leaded solder, it will melt a lower temperature. And there is flux already under the chip. You remember? Because I didn't clean the flux. And this is how I do it. Because once the chip is melted down in position, the flux, it will come out from under the chip, telling me that the chip has seated properly, in position, because it's squeezing down the bolts and is squeezing down also the flux that is already on the chip. If I don't see flux coming out of the chip, mean the chip is not soldered fully. "11 people watching, and nobody is typing." Okay. Doesn't matter. I know it's late. It's 1:40 p.m. So I'm not expecting a lot of people watching my stream. Okay, we are at 260 degrees now. Coming with hot air. Now with lower temperature, 450 degrees. And helping the chip in melting the solder and sitting down properly. Ah, you're doing repairs. Okay, nice. My lovely narration. Okay, I think the chip is soldered. Even though I don't see the flux, maybe I didn't put enough flux under the chip. Let me see. Now it should be up to temperature, and since it's lead free, yeah, leaded solid, you can see it's moving, and it's keeping the temperature, so it is fine. So it was having enough flux to do the job. Now we can turn off the preheater and let the board cool down. It can take a few seconds, very few seconds. Is it locked? No. You can see it has been moved, and it has been 20 seconds since I removed the hot air. So we need to wait a little bit more. Checking the chip. No, okay. Now it is locked in position and is not moving anymore. So the solder has solidified, and we can go from overhead camera, taking out taking away the board from the preheater, so it will cool down a little bit faster. Here we go. Removing the preheater. Wow, the board is pretty hot. Even if I grabbed it with the cloth. Okay, so now we need to wait until the board is cooled down totally. And hope for the best. Because I done the job. Oh, by the way, now with this chip, obviously, that he's having the screw on top. After that, you can obviously snap away, because it's solid enough, but it's not obviously it's not like super glue or something. It's just solder mask, So you can recover the screw and use it for another time. I suggest the Nintendo Tri-Wing switch screws. So they are long. They have a small head, so you saw it snapped really nice, and the solder mask is not inside the head itself. Okay, we can assume this one is dead, so we can mark it. So we don't confuse it. And honestly, I could make sketchy stuff. Maybe reballing the chip, just few balls is not a big loss, and put the chip back in position, on the tray, and send it back to the seller on AliExpress, So I can get a refund on this chip, but I not do that. I'm not a scammer. The screw trick I seen on YouTube Shorts one time, but probably months and months ago, and I really liked it because it's a genius idea. When especially imagine on an iPhone or even on this area. No, look on this. You know, you have an area full of components around, you know, microscope. Okay, you can see this is a RAM chip, okay, for this laptop, and it's full of resistors and capacitors around. How can you grab it? Because you can grab it, yes, but it's tricky. If you don't leave the chip perfectly, you will move around components. And with that trick, with the screw, you grab the screw and you lift the screw. It's so easy. And obviously, this is an example, no? But you know, even this for example, this is a nightmare to do. Okay, this is a Nintendo Switch board, and where is it? This Max is surrounded by small little components, capacitor, inductors, and stuff. You know, it's a pretty little chip, and it's a prick to remove it. You know, because tweezers don't fit. It's a very very tight position. You stick the tweezer on top, and that's it. And you can remove this chip easily. Yeah, even that one. Yes, correct. Even that area. Yeah, it's super populated. Is easier to get in there though. Okay, with the tweezer. But if you're afraid of losing components around, you can place the screw on top, UV gel it, you know, and remove it with a screw. It will be so easy. And every BGA basically, RAM, APU, obviously it's not recommended on the APU, okay? Probably you can instead of putting on the die itself, you can put it on the side where there's the PCB, you know, and you can use it also on stuff like this, you know. You can place it on top, so you don't have to worry about grabbing in where position or stuff. It's a very nice trick. Even this one, for example, this is a Max IC. Obviously, there are some ways to pick it up, but it's not easy. It's not easy at all. You can use it even for what is obviously the normal chips. You know, every chip can be used. STM chip, or the M92, the BQ chip. Instead of grabbing with a tweezer, maybe your tweezer is too big to fit in there or to grab it. You know, you have mangled screws, mangled tweezers like I have. You know, those are not those are I've seen better days. You know, and you can grab the components with the screws. It is a fantastic solution in many cases, and it's working on pretty big chips, you know, too, because it's very strong. The adhesion of the UV gel is very strong. Nice. So the board is cooled down now. I can touch it. I can totally touch it. I can remove now the Kapton tape. Yeah, there are some residue of the PTM in there, or whatever is that stuff, but it shouldn't matter too much. There is plenty. I need to be careful on this connector though. I don't want to rip the pins. Nice. So Kapton is removed. Let me put back this shield. And let's reassemble the console. Let's reassemble the PC. and see what is happening. No? And see what is happening. I hope we fix it. It's better clean. It's better clean this mess now. Wait there. Isopropyl alcohol, microfiber, towel. Remove every residue of flux from the bench. Nice. Okay. So again, first thing I will put a piece of tape over the contact, so I can put the battery, the board back in position like this. It will stay in position, and I will remove it when I finish assembly. This is another good trick to keep in mind. So those ports need to get inside. Okay, let me grab the tape. Okay. Oh, the antenna. The antenna got stuck down under. Here we go. Now it should be fine. Perfect. Okay. Now getting back all the connectors. And I need this piece and the screws, the longer screws. And if I see an improvement in the behaving, obviously I will finish tomorrow to assemble it, because I need to get the glue for the keyboard and other stuff. But I want to see what is happening now. And I also need to clean the board a little bit from the flux. I can also leave it like that. So let me put back this connector, this cable. This is a very fiddly connector, by the way. I really don't like it. Okay, let me put the screen back first. Let me put the screen back first. Where is the screen? Here we go. So screen is in position. Here we go. Now the screws for the screen. One screw there and one screw on the other side. For now. so it will stay in position. Nice. And then getting all the connectors. Go down there, please. Nice. And then the heatsink. Oh, I need to connect also this one. Wait there. Wait there. Need to get under. After we plugged in the fan. Like that before. Nice. Speaker is connected. Now the heatsink screws. And if it is working, I will add just a tiny bit of thermal paste anyway. Okay, and I hope everything went well. Now one screw there to fix that in position. Now we can remove the tape. Nice. And we can place the screw. So perfect. Now it's time for obviously the antenna has to be connected, so it will not rattle around and maybe shorting stuff. Now it's time for the reveal. Will it work? Will it not work? I don't know. Will it show in the sketchy symbol, sketchy icon or not? Let's see. Let's see what is happening. Powering on. It's powering on. Obviously, it will go into the BIOS. Couldn't find a bootable operating system. And we still have the icon on top. Okay. Still the icon on top, but I don't know. Now I should grab Windows, you know, USB and try. So computer is still working. That is a win. You know, it could have been dead by now. You know, stuff can happen, or maybe short can occur, or maybe the CPU can detach. You know, it can be totally dead. So this is a win. But I will need to check if the SSD is being recognized now, but I don't know how. That is a problem, because really I don't know. How can I check if the SSD is being recognized? Because even on PC information, it doesn't show me. It's showing me the serial number, the system, the controller, the touch firmware, trackpad, and stuff, but it's not showing me the anything about the SSD, how much memory is in there or stuff. So the only way that I can test is to get a Windows installation over a USB and plug it in and see if the installation is able to see the SSD or not. This is the only thing I can do. But for now, has to be waiting tomorrow, okay? Because tonight I will download. It will be 7 gigabytes of stuff to download. So it require a lot of time with my connection. But I think it's a win. I mean, probably. So, guys, I will end up the stream now. It's 2 a.m. for me. I was streaming for almost 3 hours. And I enjoyed this stream. One fix, maybe fix. And if you have any suggestion, maybe with this laptop that I can try and see if I have the SSD working properly, let me know down in the comment. A recovery mode or a test mode, maybe I need to search. If you find any information, just drop a comment on the live stream, on the video, okay? Or reach me on Discord. You have the link in the live chat, and let me know, okay? Probably this will be picked up tomorrow, and the computer shop will deal with the software installation if everything is fine. But I need to test if the SSD is being recognized in some way. Otherwise, it has been a waste of time for them. They have to pay anyway. And if the issue is not solved, well, I cannot do anything about that, because at that point it means the CPU is having some issues, because I'm assuming the CPU is having the SSD controller built in. Okay, so right, guys, thank you again for keeping me company. If you have any information, leave a comment. And again, see you in the next video or live stream. Okay? Bye bye. Have a nice evening. Voltage for SSD is there? I don't know. I don't have a clue, Ben. And welcome. Just at the end of the stream, you want to make me test that? I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Why? While the SSD, while the power is on. But how? I don't have any schematic. I don't know how to check for voltage. Where is supposed to be the voltage? Yes, Levis. Oh, because you saw on the reflection. Yes, Levis. I don't know. Let me check. It's supposed to be on 3.3 volt, no, Ben? Check the capacitor around it. Yeah, you speak easy. Where is the other probe? Let me see quickly. Voltage. Okay, let me go under the microscope so I will not mess up something. Open the screen properly, fully. Okay. Microscope. No, microscope is turned off. Okay. Okay, so I'm assuming any shield will do as a ground. presumably. So I have only few capacitor around here. Shutting down pending to inactivity. Okay, let me try this way. I have 0. I have 3.3 on this line. It's probably supposed to be 3.3. I have 7.7 volt there, so this is the main power rail. I don't know, maybe test this. 0 and 0 here, and now the laptop is shutting down. But I have 3.2 there, so I'm assuming there is voltage there, Ben. The chip model has a datasheet or not? You can try and find one if you want. Let me angle the chip. No, probably it's better to take the other one. Where is? Here we go. Let me get it on focus for you. Take a screenshot if you would like. So this is the chip number. THNSNO 256GTYA. All right. You took a screenshot? I hope so. But yeah, okay. And okay, you can tell me if there is a datasheet on Discord, okay? Right. Perfect, guys. See you in another one. Bye bye, everybody. Thank you for the company again. I appreciate you. Bye bye. Have a good night, everybody.